What kind of stretches do I do every day? I haven't been on a grow tall stretching routine for years now. Okay, let me get that out of the way. Also, let me say, most of my height was gained within a 2-year time frame, from 2012 to 2014. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. All right. A lot of my time has been spent trying to have the right time and resources for me to do all that I want to do. Okay? And then there's been a few hiatuses thrown in there as well. But I see you left a comment on one of my first videos that I ever made when it comes to the grow tall thing. And so I will at least address the kind of stretches I was doing at that time. Okay? Now, are you ready, John? Are you ready? You ready? I was doing whatever stretch I could that made me feel like I was stretching my body out and I was doing good for myself. I use a number of different courses or grow tall information. If you listen to that video, it might be that video or it might be the other part of that video, because there was a part 1 and a part 2. I mentioned that I just went ghetto with it. And that's the thing, man. I was ghetto with it. Ghetto. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically it's just, free fall. Just it's whatever. I'm doing whatever I can, man. You look in the slang dictionary for ghetto. Okay? There's no real structure to it. I'm just doing whatever I could, man. And I could go into naming courses, but I'd rather not. I'll mention one. Grow Taller for Idiots. I'll at least mention that. I also mentioned there was a video I saw online of a guy. I think he was like a karate guy or martial artist or something. And he was doing a bunch of stretches. And so I used some of his stretches, and I went through the Grow Taller for Idiots book, I believe. I must have, and I looked through and then see which ones I could do. And I went to other sources as well. And I do remember there was reaching involved. I would kind of like reach toward the ceiling. At that time, I don't think I was on my tippy toes. Now I would be. I would definitely be on my tippy toes. I believe if one does that, it will register growth in the lower body. Absolutely. So yeah, man. And I would say I was doing what you would call active and passive stretches. I believe in the grow tall world, you need to do more than just passive stretches. You got to do active stretches. And when I say active, I think of it this way: as stretches that involve reaching. Okay? Whether your feet are reaching downward or your arms are reaching upward, or both at the same time. Okay? A good grow tall routine involves that. Here is what I would recommend, man. kind of be, I'm going to say it like this. For lack of better words, be an animal with it, man. Be an animal. Look, I'm not even doing growth tall routines right now. I'm not doing that. But look at these books I bought fairly recently. I think I got them last year. I bought them. These are physical books. This is aside from all the ebooks that I've purchased or downloaded in the past. This is aside from all that. I've downloaded ebooks. I've purchased ebooks or courses. I've done that. And it's true. Some of them may have been fraudulent courses. I mean, this grow taller for idiots guy. I mean, who is this guy really? Who is he? Come on. Who is this guy? Yeah. So what? So, hey, I guess someone could say I have been a grow tall idiot in my life. I've been a grow tall idiot. But I got taller. So, hey, I'm looking for ideas. That's how I was. I was looking for ideas. So, hey, man. Hey, this may not be the video you was looking for, but look, find a stretch that's going to work for you. I'll tell you this much. A stretch that seemed to work, and I've said this a bunch of times, is what's been called the fish stretch. I like to call it the shark stretch. Because basically, when you're laying on the ground and you stretching your lower body and your upper body, you know, your arms are outstretched, you know, just like Superman, and you stretching your feet and then your hands. You get the idea. Find out what it is. Ask somebody. Just go for it. Go for it. And make sure you watch that last video I put out about a vertical bodybuilding revisited. Or the video on growing an inch as fast as you wish. Because I talk about principles in those videos to where, hey, look, if you ain't following those principles, you can do all the work you want. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening. So, yeah, man, just go for it, man. It's whatever. Apply vertical pressure to your body. That's what you need to do. Apply vertical pressure to your body. You can do the fish stretch. You can do cycling. You can reach for the ceiling. Come up with your own routine. And, yeah. Yeah, man. Look, let me tell you something. These books that I bought online, I mean, maybe they were truthful. Maybe some of them were lying. But at the end of the day, did I find enough ways to put vertical pressure on my body? When I'm doing the stretch, do I feel myself stretching out? Do I feel my body stretching out? Do I feel it? Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What kind of stretches did I do? I'm telling you, I was ghetto with it, and I was gathering information, and I just used my instinct. I looked at a stretch. I would type on YouTube. I may have typed grow tall stretches or something. I don't know. And I just looked at somebody do stretches, and I said, yeah, look like that'll work. It was like I was looking at stretches that I haven't done before. And I just look at a stretch, and I just look at it and say, does it elongate the body? Does it look like that stretch would make me taller than I was before I did the stretch? And no, don't go measuring your height after you do a stretch. You might be disappointed and all this business. Don't be doing that stuff. Don't do that. People don't get it. You see, that's the subject of the next video I got to do. Look, this grow tall thing is full of things that will mess up your head if you let it. It'll mess up your head and take you out of the game. You have to guard thy mind and thy heart when you do this. Because like even in my previous video, when my height was decreasing, I wasn't thinking, oh, this stuff doesn't work. No, I was interested. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm observing phenomenon. This is educational. I'm learning. What is happening here? And so that's how you got to be. If you ever see your height decreasing while you are on a grow tall journey, don't be, oh, it doesn't work, or just other wicked thoughts. Don't do that to yourself. And this may not apply to you, John, but it may apply to somebody else who's listening. Don't do that to yourself. This is something new. You are an observer. Be thrilled. If you see your height responding, it's like if your height goes down, if there's something you are doing and you visibly observe there is a pattern of your height going down while you do this, rejoice. For your height is responding, and you just proved to yourself that height is fluid. Height does not stay the same. You've proved that. Even though you're seeing your height going down, you have shown yourself that height is fluid. It is not static. And if something you're doing is making it go down, then something else could have the opposite effect to where it goes up. You are learning control. You are learning manipulation. You are learning mastery of phenomena. Let it all be a learning process. Don't let nothing trip you up. Nothing. I've seen my height go down. I ain't lose hope. Listen, I'm 44 years old, and I believe more than ever before that I can grow taller. But we'll save that subject for another video. Yes, I am 44, and I believe more than ever that I can grow taller. And mind you, in that last video, I'm showing you how my height was going down and stuff. Well, look, since then, my height went up. It went up. Yeah. And some of you may be wondering, well, how did it go up? What happened? Yeah, don't worry about all that. Yeah, we'll gonna get to all this soon enough. It's a lot. It's a lot. But that's that. Just go for it. And no, I'm not giving you no specific stretch because I don't want your mind to be stuck on a specific stretch. And you over here looking at the stretch and not focusing on the bigger picture, what's most important. Because you might be thinking the secret is in a singular stretch or a singular routine. No, man. People done got tall all kinds of ways. There's certain principles. People have gotten taller in adulthood without even trying. Let that sink in. Several people have gotten taller in adulthood without even trying. And I have read those stories. And you know what I do? I don't read a story and just say, he don't know. He measured his height wrong or something. He's lying. I don't do that mess. I read one story after another, after another, after another, after another. And I find out what is the common thread. What is the common... It don't have to be in every story. Everyone is not going to say everything. And see, that's what I'm saying. See, what I was going to say a few minutes ago, I was going to say, be an animal about this. Don't be a nerd. Don't be a nerd. Don't be a grow tall nerd. Be a grow tall animal. But I stopped myself from saying don't be a grow tall nerd because being a nerd is helpful. It is helpful. Okay? It can be helpful. Being a grow tall nerd or a grow tall geek. But when it comes to grow tall, actually growing taller, actually making the thing happen, you got to switch gears and be a grow tall animal. I mean, you can be a nerd in one way, you can geek out in one way, but another way, you got to be an animal. And hey, we can get into that stuff later, but hope all this makes sense to you. Go find you some stretches that you're willing to do. And follow principles.